You cannot choose your thoughts, and we get to choose the ones that we act on. And that's such an important distinction. And it's an important thing to remember wherever you are in your journey of life, of growth, of transformation. We don't get to choose the thoughts that come in. And the more focus and attention that we have, the more noticing that we have of what's happening within us in a moment by moment capacity, the more we get to really cultivate that choice. Because I think for most people, myself anyway, I just constantly reacted to my life. Something would happen, it would cause me to feel something. Something would happen, it would cause me to feel something. That could be something amazing, like a new friendship, a new partnership, new job, all that excitement. I have this thing now, I get to feel like this. And it can be something in the converse of that, right? They've left me. The job's actually shit. There's a bully at work. Now I feel like this. And it's always our thinking around the circumstance that creates the feeling and the experience of it. Life does not happen out there. It happens in here, right? It's all here. There's a coach who will say, bring me a cup of fear and I'll give you $1 million. And the same for love, right? Like, put it in a cup and give it to me. Million, whatever your currency is. Because it doesn't come from outside. It doesn't. And when we can truly realize that, that's when we start realizing our own agency, our own power, our own ability to create transformation within ourselves. I'm just seeing what direction I want to go next. Because there's a message that really wants to come through. It's super present for me at the moment. And so I shall share it. Because when we are aware of that ability, right? Like that ownership, like, holy crap, I have the power to create my own experience uncircumstantially. It doesn't negate challenging or painful moments in life. And what can happen is, well, I've got the power to transform that. And we can end up very subtly, very sneakily going into a fixing mode whenever there's any discomfort. Excuse me, I'm feeling some tension in my shoulders right now. And very accidentally, we get into a spiritual bypassing of this very real physical experience, human experience, right? We're a spiritual being having a human experience, and the human experience is flipping well part of that. So to bypass that, to say, oh no, I'm not going to go to that place of pain because I'm love. Everything's love. Everyone's love. I am forgiveness. I am peace. All of these things are true, right? Our soul is infinite and expansive and all loving. And here we are in some hardware. And if we want to really create a transformation of some loops and patterns that we may be experiencing in life, and it's the willingness to feel the pain that is really important, and not to process it away, not to fix it, because we can create everything as a doing. There's a risk of that, just from our culture, right? If I do this, then I'll get that. If I do this, then I'll get that. And we want to go underneath that, because it's not that there wouldn't be some benefit. I can do this with my yoga practice, right? I'm either doing the yoga to create a peaceful state, doing my yoga, I'm being spiritual because I'm doing my yoga, or I'm slowing down and I'm being the yoga, and the practice is an expression of who I'm being. I'm feeling the pain as a witnessing and as a feeling, as an opening, knowing that this too is part of the entirety of my life, and it has light in it. It's part of the process of me becoming more. And it doesn't need to linger. It doesn't mean there's blame or judgment or a pity party going on. But to open to and lean into the pain, create space for that, because it's not always practical, right? In a moment when something comes up, if it's painful, if it's intense, as leaders, sometimes we park it. We maintain the safety and the energy of the situation, especially if we have children. We hold that, but we want to come back to it when we have our own private safe space, to open ourselves up, to be able to feel it. It's a gift. It's a gift to give that space to yourself if you're going through a time of challenge and intensity, because we can hold it together and we can be strong and we can be the light and we can know the spiritual foundation of everything. And our nervous system is on its own journey to really come into a cohesion and a union with that. And that's the journey in my experience. Take moments to pause, open to the pain, and remember that you're always whole. And this too is part of the path towards the fullest and most beautiful expression of love and life. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you tomorrow.